It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry News Podcast for this, the 14th day of November, 2023, coming to you from Bedford County, Virginia. A little on the cool side again this morning, was down under 30. But it's going to get up to, like 60 today, so we can't really complain about that. Not like my friend Nate. Alaska has had, it's like for the annual snowfall in Anchorage, they've had like 40% of it already this winter. Folks, November just started. We got a long way to go in winter yet. All right, we do have some headlines today. Not a whole lot, but if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you folks, yesterday when I saw this story, I thought, well, that's not much of a story. And I had a bunch of stuff yesterday and I just kind of ignored it. And well, since then, man, this thing's kind of blown out of the water. So we're going to talk this morning about Carnival's warning about inappropriate attire. Carnival Vista is back in Florida. Princess denies the double outbreak we talked about yesterday. We got a new Disney terminal, terminal at Port Everglades. The search carries on for a Carnival Glory man. And this one's a little strange. And the American Glory was delivered. So, and lots more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, folks, is National Spicy Guacamole Day. Man, I can deal with that. I think my buddy Jason's down there in Puerto Limon. I'm sure he can get some spicy guacamole down there, too. All right, yesterday, and I said something wrong. I was a bad boy. I claimed that Pittsburgh Jason had sent me stuff erroneously. He had posted stuff on his Facebook page, and I needed it on Messenger to use clips. Yeah, well, he had done it right. I had done it wrong. What's unusual about that? Anyway, this is the clip he sent on the tender that he was going to get me on, and I'm supposed to be with him, and he was going to get me on this tender one way or the other. And that, of course, is the Carnival Conquest in the background as they're going into Grand Cayman, and they went out there to 7 Mile Beach. So that's what was happening there with Pittsburgh Jason and Jen. Now, they were supposed to go into Panama, but it got canceled because some damn dumb American went down there and shot up a bunch of people. And so they were afraid to have Americans walking around that there'd be reprisals, and they didn't think it would be safe. So they canceled out. I guess that would have been, I don't know, one of the Panama stops. Not sure which one it was. But he was supposed to go visit with the sloths today. So I'm hoping it's not the sloth one that's he got canceled. That would suck. Anyway, we'll have some more from Jason and Jen tomorrow. If you're listening via the podcast, you're always welcome. And you can access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcasts from. All the big hitters, just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and voila, up pops the fat travel guy to carry on various silly things like I do every day. All right, the top story this morning, guys. At a time when many cruise ships are relaxing their dress codes on board and formal nights have long since become optional, Carnival Cruise Line is taking steps to be sure guests are aware of restrictions on what to wear in certain ports of call. Because there are different laws in different countries, guests should be aware of such policies and be sure they pack appropriate clothing for their cruise vacation. Now, this incident happened last week, but it just came to light when the person that was involved started complaining about it. The Carnival Venezia was on a 12-night round-trip Southern Caribbean voyage from New York, and it stopped and had several ports of call. And the person that was on there went ashore in camo. He had on camo clothing and a camo backpack. It was on Barbados. And apparently the Barbados folks, police, grabbed him and marched him right back to the ship and said, no, 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 no. So the guy was complaining that he felt like a criminal. And he had no idea you weren't supposed to wear camo. That was his side of the story. Well, it came to light from multiple other passengers that dispute that claim that there was no notice of attire restrictions. As a matter of fact, the guideline was printed on the ship's onboard newsletter. It was mentioned in several announcements by the ship's cruise director and mentioned in the onboard shore excursion and shopping presentations. Now, that would be enough that you should know not to wear camouflage. Camouflage or military style clothing is not permitted in various Caribbean nations. And some of these I didn't know. I don't wear camo. So me not knowing that is not an excuse. It's just I didn't know it. But the nations that do not allow it are the Bahamas, Jamaica, Barbados, Grenada, St. Lucia, and Dominica. That's among others, but those we know about. Now, please note that, and I think this guy now that's, was objecting to it now, enough people have jumped up and said, hey, no, that's not the way it went down. It was a typical move of, Americans that think they're privileged over every other nation in the world, so they think they can do whatever they want. Please note that Carnival Cruise Line has absolutely nothing to do with the dress codes in the individual islands. And it's not Carnival's purview to deal with what the Caribbean nation laws are. However, they're trying to help the ship's passengers out by announcing it up every 10 ways from Sunday. And if you look at the fine print before you get on the cruise, you'll find it there too. I checked. The bottom line, folks, anytime you're going to a different country, and these islands are all separate countries, you need to familiarize yourself with what is allowed and what is not allowed. So you don't get in that situation. I mean, this guy's lucky they didn't throw him in jail. They just marched him back to the ship and made him change clothes. All right, another Carnival story, the Carnival Vista. We've talked about enough about this class of ship lately to last us for a lifetime. However, this is not a story about the Carnival Vista having more azopot issues. Carnival Vista is back in the Sunshine State. The ship now offers year-round Caribbean cruises from Port Canaveral, repositioning from its previous home port of Galveston, Texas. It's been down in Galveston, Texas for 4 or 5 years now, since before the pandemic, and it was one of the first ships to sail from Galveston when they went back to cruising. The move was made to make room for the Carnival Jubilee, which will start sailing from Texas in December. Hi, I'll be back with a couple more stories after a quick break from one of our network sponsors. The next story, folks, we talked about this yesterday, and Princess Cruises has rejected claims of a double outbreak of COVID and norovirus, a norovirus-like gastrointestinal infection, during the current Australia cruise voyage. Media reports suggested 2 consecutive cruises had dual outbreaks on Grand Princess. The cruise line responded by acknowledging passengers had symptoms of respiratory illness and acute gastrointestinal illness on the previous sailing, which concluded recently in Melbourne. Those passengers left the ship before it departed on its current sailing. The ship was fully disinfected during its port turnaround in Melbourne. Grand Princess recently arrived in Adelaide on the second day of its current 4-day cruise. Princess Cruise says the ship underwent another round of disinfecting while in Adelaide, in abundance of caution. And on this second cruise, the incidence of either virus were in the single digits. That's not single digits of the percentage of the ship. That's in single digits of instances on the ship. So very minute. All right. We don't talk about Disney as much as I probably should. One of the problems is I've never sailed Disney, and maybe I need to do that. Disney Cruise Line has marked a milestone with the grand opening of its new cruise terminal at Port Everglades. Monday's event celebrated the terminal's opening and Disney Cruise Line's second year-round Homeport in Florida. The Disney Dream is set to start sailing from Port Everglades on November 20th, followed by the Disney Magic on May the 9th of 2024. Congratulations to Disney and to Port Everglades. The United States Coast Guard has confirmed that air crews conducted an extensive search off of Louisiana's coast yesterday after a Huma man was reported missing from the Carnival Glory cruise ship. The Coast Guard emphasized that they had not received any report from the cruise ship confirming that an individual had fallen or jumped overboard. Rather, the report indicated that a passenger on the vessel could not be located. This is strange. As of the latest information, the cruise line has not responded to inquiries from media outlets about the situation. The United States Coast Guard deployed aircraft and to search a 200 square mile area of the Gulf near Southwest Pass from approximately noon until 7:45 p.m. yesterday, but the search yielded no results. Family members, particularly a sister of the missing man named Tyler Lee Barnett, posted on social media about the situation. According to the sister, he was last seen on Sunday at 11:40 p.m. and an onboard search commenced on Monday at 7 a.m. Now, the ship apparently did not notify the Coast Guard of a man overboard or any such thing. How did the Coast Guard come into got this information that they needed to start a search and did so? Something in this one smells a little fishy. And I'm not sure where this information from the sister, how did the Coast Guard get that information if the cruise line didn't send it, if Carnival didn't send it over? Something's amiss on this. Just my opinion. That's the Carnival Glory, and that's a bit of a weird one, I think. Speaking of glory, this is also a glory. This is the American Glory, the second new American Cruise Line coastal cat to launch this year. She's passed her sea trials, and American Cruise Line accepted the delivery of the 100-passenger small ship from Chesapeake Shipbuilding on time as scheduled. The American Glory is the newest ship in American's ongoing series of 12 new coastal cats for exploring U.S. waterways. Additional ships in the series are already under construction, with the next two scheduled for delivery in 2024. The American Glory will sail its inaugural cruise on November 28th from Maryland to Florida, where it will begin operating America's brand new Florida Gulf Coast and Key West cruises from late December into the new year. You know, folks, I've talked about these guys numerous times before. They have on that ship one handicap accessible cabin. I maintain that not enough of the accessible community's even aware of that, and they need to have me on board these ships to talk about the accessibility. I'm more than willing to come get on a ship on any kind of cruise, guys, and we'll blast the hell out of that all over the place and try to get you set up so that one handicapped cabin gets rented on every cruise. I'm just saying. All right, that's going to wrap up the news portion of today. Most of you know in a little while I will be meeting with the Passion for Cruises folks. I mean, I've been trying now. This is 11 weeks. I'm trying to get another hosted cruise to sell. And I'm getting really frustrated on this, folks. I'll tell you that. Steve's with us out in Kentucky. Good morning, Steve. There's hot air, Tom. Oh, Jason is watching from the jungle. Good for you, Jason. I guess you're watching on your phone. I'm sure you didn't carry your computer into the jungle. Anyway, I can't remember where you are today. Are you in are you in Puerto Limon today in Costa Rica? No, that is, I can't remember. Anyway, I hope Jason makes it to the sloth preserve and gets to play with the sloth. I can see one of those sloths all snuggled up with Jason. That would be awesome. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Emily's here. Hello, guys. Hot Air says, wow, Emily's on time today. Amazing. You can keep all the guacamole. Oh, I like guacamole. Robert's with us. Hello, Robert. I like guacamole a lot of ways, not just chips. We'll make Amanda's really good with salads. She had tacos the other night. She had, what do you call it? Street tacos. I said, what the hell makes them street tacos? And they're little tacos. I mean, they're like, this big. And she had them all loaded up with, meat, beans if you want them, the refried beans and cheese and some lettuce. And I don't know what else you put on them. I put some salsa on them. I put some guacamole on them. I put some sour cream on them. And I had it dripping all the way off my hands and down my face and in my lap. It's the way you eat a taco. Well, they were street tacos. They didn't last long. You had to eat multiple ones. So you got messy multiple times. But they were good. Emily says, Jason, that was great footage. That was a nice shot of the ship. It absolutely was. There's Cindy. Hi, Cindy. Jason says, thanks, Em. What Panama City were you supposed to stop at? I leave next Thursday for a Panama cruise from Miami to Panama City. Cologne, that's it. Cologne. Hider says, can't fix stupid. The police should have jailed the idiot. I hope they did. I mean, I hope they got him. But they were worried, I'm sure, about, because it was a stupid American. And who knows what the reasons were for it, whether it was justified or not. It doesn't really much matter. There's Gary Older Than Dirt. Hi, Gary. I saw a list that included the Bahama as a no to Cameo. Yep, that's correct. You got that right, Tom. Scott Singer is on a ship that stopped at Istanbul, Turkey. He chose to not get off the ship due to tensions in that area. Since he is Jewish, I fully understand his decision. Yeah, I'd be a little careful anywhere over in that part of the world. Well, you need to be careful anywhere in the world today, but definitely over there. There's Dennis. Hi, Dennis. And he says, everybody, pleased to be here. Tom, under Erdogan, many of the Jews have left Turkey. Oh, yeah, that's the what is he, Prime Minister of Turkey? Prime Minister? He has spread anti-Semitism and turned Turkey from a secular society towards a Muslim nation. Wow. Costa Rica, that's it. I was right. Puerto Limon. I've been there. I was looking forward to actually going to Panama because in all my trips to Panama, I've never been to Cologne. So that was one of the things that was going to be a highlight on this cruise, Jason. And I've been to Panama a bunch of times. I've been through the canal. I've been partial through the canal. I've been through the canals, 3 times now? And partial 4 or 5 times. But I've never had a stop at Cologne before. So I was looking forward to that. There's Nikki. Hi, Nikki. She's up in Jacksonville. Trip looks awesome, Jason. Oh, yeah, he's just getting started on this one. Some of the better parts of it are still to come, too. Good luck with your meeting today. Yeah, I'm no, not going to say anything till I get through today, but Morning chores include a trip to Winn-Dixie for groceries, including avocados. Very good, Nikki. You can make your own guacamole. We do that here quite often. Although Amanda gets the little, sometimes when she doesn't want to mess with it, she'll get the little cups of spicy guacamole. I mean, they're little, they come in, I don't know, a 6-pack or 8-pack or something. And it's like one good serving in a little individual cup. That's pretty good guacamole. She'll get that on occasion too, when she doesn't want to mess with fixing her own. Jason says it's been quite nice, Cindy. Yes, it has. Wish I was there. There's more avocado and guacamole for me. Avocado is so healthy for you too. I love it. I like it a little to the spicy side as well. Erdogan, that's it. I totally slaughtered that one. Sorry, Dennis. The G's now pronounced there. Yeah, I knew that, and I knew Erdogan. I've heard that on the news enough to should have known that right away. Aldi brought Winn-Dixie. They will do away with the pharmacy. Oh, really? Huh. Historically, Turkey was for centuries welcome to the Jews. They took in the Jews after the 1492 Spanish expulsion, which includes my family. We are originally Spanish. Spanish. Sephardi. So Spanish. Sephardi is my guess. Katie's here. Hi, Katie. Of course, Katie's working. We don't mind that. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. Again, I've got the tongue sharpened for this next meeting coming up. So we'll see if we can't get some things accomplished here. If not, there's going to be some major changes ahead. So, by the way, anytime if I throw out a cruise that you're interested in, just let me know. I can hook you right up now. Sephardi. Okay. Katie says no packing yet. Good for you, Katie. That's the way I do it. I don't do it till the last minute. Ever. I keep my suitcase and my computer bag. They're right here. I mean, they actually slide in behind my bed, between my bed and my computer desk. They're right there. So it's easy to get them out and start throwing crap in it. Well, it takes me about 5 minutes to pack and I'm done. Always. So, all right, guys. That's going to wrap me up today. Jason, thanks for me straightening the clip out. You were doing it right and I was doing it wrong, which, everybody's used to that by now. So, yeah, I was thinking, why is Jason doing it wrong? He's done this a billion times before. He wasn't doing it wrong. I was doing it wrong. So, what can I say? All right, anyway, Jason, have fun. I hope you're playing with sloths right now. And we'll have some good clips for tomorrow. That would be just awesome. So, all right, that's going to do me in today, guys. I'll see everybody back here. Same channel, same time tomorrow. Don't forget, thumbs up, everybody. Smash that thumbs up button. If you hadn't subscribed, hit that too. I'd like to hit 5,000 by 3:45 this afternoon. So, Have a great day, everybody. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. Hopefully, one day soon, we'll all get together on the high seas with Pittsburgh Jason and Jen, too. See y'all tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.